Stream entering is more worthy than being a will-turning monarch. Bhikkhus, although a will-turning monarch having exerted supreme sovereign rulership over 4 continents, with the breakup of the body after death is reborn in a good destination, in a heavenly world in the company of devas, of the travel of man's realm. There the Nada grove, accompanied by a routine of celestial nymphs, he enjoys himself supplied and endowed with the 5 chords of cessation, sensual pleasures. Still, as he does not possess 4 things, he is not freed from hell. The animal realm in the domain of ghosts, not freed from the plane of misery. The destination is the bad nether realm. Although Bhikkhus, a noble disciple, maintains himself by lumps of aspode and wears rag robes, still, as he possesses 4 things, he is freed from hell, the animal realm and the domain of ghosts, freed from the plane of misery, the bad destination, and the netherworld. What are the 4? Here, Bhikkhus, the noble disciple possesses confirmed confidence in that Buddha thus, the Blessed One, is an Arhat, perfectly enlightened, accomplished in the true knowledge and conduct, fortune knower of the world, unsurpassed leader of the person to be tamed, teacher of devas and humans, the enlightened one, the Blessed One. He possesses confirmed confidence in the Dharma thus. The Dharma is well expounded by the Blessed One, directly visible, intimate, inviting one to come and see, applicable to be personal experience by the wise. He possesses confidence in the Sangha thus. The Sangha of the Blessed One, disciples is procrastinating the good way, practicing the straight way, practicing the true way, practicing the proper way. This is the 4 pairs of persons, the 8 types of individual, this Sangha of the Blessed Ones. Disciples is worthy of gifts, worthy of hospitality, worthy of offerings, worthy of revelation situations, unsurpassed field of merit for the world. He possesses the vital dears to the noble ones, unbroken, untorn, unbellished, unmottled, freeing praise by the wise, ungrasped, leading to the concentration. He possesses these 4 things, and Bhikkhus, between the obtaining of sovereignty over the 4 continents and obtaining the 4 things, or obtaining of sovereignty over the 4 continents, is not worth a 16th part of the obtaining of the 4 things. To proclaim stream entering. Household father, when the 5-fold guilty dread is arrayed in the array of discipline, and he is possessed of the 4 limbs of stream winning, and has well seen and well penetrated the Aryan method by insight, he may, if he so desired, himself proclaim thus of himself: I am one who has cut off the door of purgatory, of rebirth in the womb of an animal. In the realm of ghosts, cut off is the waste, the ill-born, the downfall, a stream winner, and one not doomed to the downfall, assumed bound for enlightenment. Now, household father, what is the 5-fold guilty dread that is allied in him? 1. This is that guilt dread, household father, which he who kills begets in the same visible state as a result of killing. It is that guilty dread about the life to come, which he kills begets. Also the melting suffering of dejection, which he experiences by abstinence from killing. He begets no guilty dread in the same visible state, nor for the life to come. He experiences no mental suffering and dejection. Thus him who abstains from killing, the guilty dread is allied. 2. It is that guilty dread, household father, which he takes what is not given begets, in the same visible state as a result of taking what is not given. It is that guilt, dread, and the life to come, which who he takes what is not given begets also the mental suffering and dejection, which experiences. By abstaining from what is not given, he beget no guiltily dread in the same visible state, nor for the life to come. He experiences no mental suffering and dejection. Thus in himself abstains from taking what is not given. That guilty dread is allayed. Number 3. It is that guilty dread, household father, who is a wrongdoer, and sexual desires, begets as the same visible state as a result of his being a wrongdoer in sexual desires. It is that guilty dread, thus life to come, which he who is the wrongdoer in sexual desires begets. Also that mental suffering and dejection which be experienced by abstaining from being a wrongdoer in sexual desires. He begets not only guilty dread in the same visible state, nor for the life to come. He experiences no mental suffering and dejection. Thus in him who abstains from being a wrongdoer in sexual desires, that guilt dread is allayed. 4. It is that guilty dread, household father, which who tells lies begets as the same visible state as a result of telling lies. It is that guilty dread about the life to come, which he who tells lies begets also the mental suffering and dejection, which be experiences by abstaining from telling lies. He also begets no guilty dread in this same visible state, nor for the life to come. He experiences no mental suffering and dejection. Thus him who abstains from telling lies, that guilty dread is allayed. 5. This is the guilty dread, housefather, which he holds who is under the influence of liquor fermented and distilled, and so given to negligence. The guilty dread which as a result of these things he begets in the same visible state. Also about the life to come, also the mental suffering and dejection. These are not begotten by him who abstains the occasions or place for taking liquor fermented and distilled. Thus is him who abstains the guilt dread allayed. These are the 5 guilty dreads that are allayed. And what of the 4 limbs of stream warning is possessed? 1. Her and housefather, the Ireland disciple, is the possession of unwavering confidence, and the enlightened one, thus that exalted one. It is Arahant, perfectly enlightened one, perfect in knowledge and practice, a well-fearer, world-knower, unsurpassed trainer of men who can be trained, teacher of devas and mankind, and Buddha is the exalted one. He is possessed of unwavering confidence in Dharma. Thus he is well complained by the exalted one. Is Dharma to be known in the visible state, not limited in time, but of the sort to come, and see that there leads onward to be understood personally by the sealed ones. 3. He is possessed of unwearying confidence, in order thus, welfare and onward, is exalted one's order of disciples. Straight firing onward by the method, difficulty firing onward, that is for the pairs of the 8 individual men, that is exalted one's order of disciples, one of worthy reference, worthy of worship, worthy of offerings, worthy of salutations, with clasped hands, unsurpassed field of merit for the world. 4. He is possessed for the virtual dear to the Ireland virtually unbroken, whole unspotted, given liberty praised by the discerning ones. Virtues untainted, conducive, the concentration of mind. Of these 4 limbs of stream winning be possessed. And what in himself is the Ireland method? This is well seen and well penetrated by insight. Harry and housefather of the Ireland disciple, this reflects. This being that is, by arising of this that arises, this not being that is not, by ending of this that is to cease. That is to say, because of ignorance, activities because of activities, consciousness being because of the consciousness, being name and shape because of the name and shape, the 6 centuries of the sense because of the 6 centuries of the sense contract, because of the contract, feeling because of the feeling, craving because of the craving, grasping because of the grasping, becoming because of the becoming, birth because of the birth, decay because of death, grief, lamentation, woe, dejection, and despair come into this. Thus is the arising of this whole mass of ill, but with the warning and utter ceasing without remainder of ignorance, the ending of the activities, with the ending of all activities, the ending of consciousness being with the ending of shape, consciousness being the ending of name and shape, with the ending of name and shape, the ending of the 6 centuries of the sense, with the ending of the 6 centuries of sense, the ending of contact, with the ending of contact, the ending of feeling, the ending of feeling, the ending of craving, the ending of craving, the ending of grasping, with the ending of grasping, the ending of becoming, the ending of becoming, the ending of birth, the ending of birth, decay, and death, grief, lamentation, woe, dejection, and despair ceases to become. Thus is the ending of the whole mass of ill. This is for him by the Ireland method will cease, well penetrated by insight. Now, household father, since for the Ireland disciple, these 5 guilt dreads and allied, and he is possessed of these 4 limbs of the stream winning, and for him this Ireland method is well seen and well penetrated by insight. He, if so desires himself, may proclaim for himself, destroying purgatory, for me destroyed in birth in the womb of the animal, destroyed in the realm of the ghosts, destroyed in rebirth, the waste, the ill born, the downfall, and the purgatory in the stream winner, and I am not one doomed to downfall, one assured bound for enlightenment. 3 sorts of wanderers. There are 3 sorts of wanderers: Kavada, which is I, having myself understood and realized them, have made them to know others. And what are the 3? The mystic wanderer, the wanderer of manifestation, and the wanderer of education. 1. And what Kavada is the mystic one. In this case, Kavada, suppose that a brother enjoys a possession in various ways of mystic power. From being one he becomes multiple form, from being multiple form he becomes one, from being visible he becomes invisible. He passes without hindrance to further side of the wall, or a battlement or a mountain, as if through air. He penetrates up and down through the solid ground, as if through water. He walks on water without dividing it, as if it was solid ground. He travels cross-legged through the sky, like the birds on a wing he touches, and feels with the hand, even the moon and the sun being of mystic power pretentiously, though they be, he reaches even in the body up to the heaven of Brahman. And some believer of the trusting heart should behold him doing so. That believer should announce the fact to an unbeliever, saying, wonderful, certain, marvellous, in the mystic power and potency of the recluse. Then that unbelievable should say to him, well, sir, there is a certain charm called the Ganada charm. It is by the effectiveness of therefore performs all this. Now what do you think, Kavada? Might be not unbelievable, so say. Yes, sir, he might. Well, Kavada, it is because I prefer danger in the practice of mystical wonders that I loathe, and I harbour, and am ashamed therefore. 2. What, Kavada, is the wonder of manifestation? Suppose in this case, Kavada, that a brother can make manifest to the heart, and feelings, the reasoning, and the thoughts of the other beings or other individuals, saying, and so is, in your mind you are thinking of such and such a matter, thus and thus your emotions are, and so believer of the trust and heart should see him doing so. Then believer should announce the fact to an unbeliever, saying, wonderful, sir, and marvellous is the mystic power and potency of the recluse. Then that unbeliever should say to him, well, sir, there is a charm called the jewel charm. It is by the effectiveness, therefore, that he performs all this. Now what do you think, Kavada? He will not be an unbeliever, so say. Yes, sir, he might. Well, Kavada, it is because I perceive the danger practice of wonderful manifestation that I loathe in a harbour, and ashamed therefore. 3. And what, Kavada, is the wonder of education? Suppose, Kavada, that a brother teaches us, reason in the way, do not reason in that way. Consider thus, and not thus. Get rid of thus. Disappointment. Train yourself in a mind that this Kavada is what is called the wonder of education.